Children, hope everyone are fine and safe at home. So today we are going to see a interesting supplementary, the apple tree and the farmer. So before getting into the supplementary directly, let's see an interesting topic now. So today we are going to learn what is idioms. So you have heard, right? Idioms. What is idiom? So idioms, it is generally a words or phrase which we talk in a random manner, but we may not know the meaning of it, but generally actually there lies a meaning behind it. So what is idiom? Idiom is generally a word or phrase which we speak in a random manner, but we may not know the meaning, but there lies a meaning behind it. For example, if you take crocodile tears, so why they used to tell crocodile tears? Do you think that crocodiles are crying? No, not at all. So crocodile tears is nothing but, if I tell any example, if you take any boy or a girl, if they are crying only to show off, not from the heart, so which means crocodile tears, just showing off, simply they will cry, no. So it is called as crocodile tears. So today we are going to see 3 idioms which is based on animals. So the first idiom which we are going to see today is the black sheep. So you would have heard, right? Black sheep. So shall I give you one example? The person who is disliked by someone. If you take in your friends group itself, someone will be alone or someone will be disliked by you. So it is called as black sheep. The one who is out among a group. The one who is out among a group. So black sheep is the first idiom which means the person who is disliked by someone. Second idiom is a cock and bull story, which means, for example, if you take some person or some friends, your friends itself, they used to build up stories which has not happened exactly. For example, an old man who was next to my house, he was telling a cock and bull story about how our window was broken. So he has created his own stories how the window has broken. So the third idiom is, what is the third idiom? Wolf in sheep's clothing, which means if you take sheep, sheep is always an innocent animal. For example, a person who is in blue jacket is a sheep, is a wolf in sheep's clothing. The man who is in blue jacket is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So sometimes they may be friendly with you, but at the back they will show off their face. It means a wolf in sheep's clothing. A wolf in sheep's clothing. A person who will be friendly to you, but fine at the back they will show off their face. Okay, so we have learned 3 idioms today. So what is the first idiom? The black sheep. The black sheep, which means the person who is disliked by someone. The person who is out of a group. The second idiom is a cock and bull story. A cock and bull story. Just not telling the real thing which has happened, but just overacting or building up stories. A cock and bull story. The third idiom is, what is the third idiom which we saw today? A wolf in sheep's clothing, which means the person who is friendly to you, but at the back they will show off their face. Class now? Yes. So today we are going to see 6th standard unit 2 and supplementary 2, the apple tree and the farmer. Can you all see an apple tree near me? Yes. So everyone like apples, right? So here also the farmer liked apple very much. So shall we all get into the class now? Yes. So once there was a farmer who lived in the forest up the hills. So this farmer, he was living in a forest and he was living in a village near the forest and up the hills. So everyone liked to live in village, right? Yes, the green sceneries and the green environment which make us to fall into them. So we like them very much. So like this farmer also, he liked the surrounding very much, and he was enjoying in his childhood. And where he was playing is, he was playing around this apple tree. So when he was young, they used to grow many vegetables, many fruits, and among that there was one apple tree where he had spent his all childhood. So when he was young, he used to play hide and seek with his friends. So everyone, we would have played hide and seek, right? So hide and seek, it is our favorite game too. So everyone, we will be playing hide and seek. This farmer also, when he was young, he was playing hide and seek with his friends near this apple tree. So this apple tree gave him more memories, and he enjoyed totally his childhood near the tree. Said this farmer used to play hide and seek with his friends. Not only hide and seek, he used to climb the tree and he used to swing on the tree. So he have enjoyed the tastiest apples and also the childhood with the tree. And after years passed, this small boy, he grew up into a man, and he started taking up the farm, and he started growing vegetables, fruits, trees, everything there. And meanwhile, many small animals, small birds started taking place, and they started staying in this apple tree. And after that, this tree also, it started growing old, and it started bearing only fewer fruits. So this farmer, he thought that this tree will not be useful for him year after, and he has decided to cut the tree. But he didn't think about the happiness and about the tastiest fruit the apple tree has given to him. But he has thought only the tree, if he cuts the tree will be useful for him to grow some other vegetables for wood and for many other purposes. But he did not think about his childhood, how he was playing near the tree and how he was sitting under the shadow. So he wants to cut the tree now, but he did not think about the small animals which was living there. Wants to cut down the tree, and he wants to use this space to grow some other vegetables, and he is thinking that it will be useful for him to build a room. So he just decided to cut down the tree. Meanwhile, many small animals, small birds, they started taking their place in that apple tree. But he did not think about anything. Just he wanted to cut down the apple tree. And then when he took the axe and when he started to cut down the apple tree, he didn't think about his childhood, but only the uses, what is going to happen in his future. So after that, when he took the axe, he around the apple tree, all the small animals and small birds, it started to rushing out of the tree. Why? Because it will harm them, right? So it wants to protect them. Then too, this farmer, he was very adamant. So what is the meaning of adamant? Strictly sticking on that. So he was very adamant to cut down the tree, and the small animals, it started rushing out to protect them. Then too, this farmer, he was very adamant, and the animals dispersed themselves and it started running out with full of noise. They started shouting, they started making huge noise, and it was a big commotion there which brought the children out of the house. Then the farmer's daughter, she came running and she noticed her father is cutting down the apple tree. So she started pleading. All the children came there and they started pleading, please don't cut the tree. But this farmer he was very adamant and he was keep on cutting it. But this girl and the children, they were telling that this tree, it was helping for us to play around it, and it will be useful for you when you are old, when you are getting old, you can enjoy the shade of the tree, and it is the tree which gave shelter and place to live for many birds and animals. If you cut down the tree, where will they go and where we will play? Then farmer is noticing a fruit. It was hanging on one of a branch, and it was looking so delicious. So what he is doing? He is immediately plucking the fruit and he bit into the juicy fruit. Immediately all his fun and all his memories, childhood memories, how he was enjoying, everything was rushing back into his mind. And after seeing the changed expression in her father's face, the small girl, she started pleading harder. So for example, if your father, if you're having a small puppy and your father is telling, let us leave the puppy out, what you will do? And it is your lovely and it is your favorite puppy, what you will do? Please dada, please don't leave the puppy out, you will be pleading, right? So the same way, if immediately if your father smiles, what you will do? So you will think that, oh, my father will not leave the puppy out, and you will be pleading again and again harder. The same way, this girl, the small girl also, after seeing her father's changed expression, what she is doing? She is immediately pleading harder, and she is telling, Father, please don't cut down the tree, and it is the tree which is giving place for many animals, lovely animals. So immediately the father, after hearing everything and after his memories came back, he put down the axe down, and he is putting down the axe down, and he is promising the girl that I will never cut this tree. I will never cut this tree. And he is telling that this is the tree which is giving place for many lovely birds and animals. And if I cut it, where they will go? And immediately he is putting down the axe, and he has promised. And he is thinking that the childhood which I enjoyed near this tree, the same childhood my daughter also should get. So I will not cut this tree, and he is promising that I will never cut this apple tree. So the children were so enjoying, so enjoyable, and they were very happy now. So I think you are also very happy. So this farmer is promising that he will never cut the tree, and he is telling his children and he is telling his daughter that this tree will be your playground and you can enjoy your childhood near this tree. So what is the moral of this story, children? So we should not cut the trees, right? So trees gives us many useful things. So trees gives us more useful things. If you take leaves, it is also useful. If you take wood, it is useful to build houses. And if you take fruits, it is useful for us to eat, and vegetables. So trees are more important in our life. So if a world without trees will be nightmare for us, right? So we should not even dream a world without trees. Okay, shall we all once summarize the full supplementary? Yeah. The apple tree and the farmer. So once there lived a farmer in a village which was near the forest and hills. And this farmer, he was having many vegetables. He was growing many vegetables, and he was having a farm where more vegetables was there, fruits, and there was one apple tree. This farmer, he used to play near this apple tree, and he spent his whole childhood very much happily near that apple tree. This apple tree was a good memory for him, and it also gave him more tastiest fruits. And he and his friends used to play hide and seek near the apple tree. And when this boy grew up to a man, what is happening? He is taking up the farm, and he was taking care of the farm. So after days passed, so in this meantime, the small animals, small birds, it started taking place in this apple tree. And then after many years later, this apple tree also grew older and it started bearing only few fruits. So what this farmer is thinking, he just wanted to cut down the apple tree. So he took the axe to cut down the apple tree. Immediately all the small animals started rushing out of the tree. Why? Because they wanted to protect themselves, right? So then too, this farmer, he did not think about his childhood. He was very adamant and he wants to cut down the apple tree. And after hearing the large commotion of these birds, the birds started shouting and they were rushing out of the tree. The children who were inside the house, they came out of the house. The farmer's daughter, she started pleading to her father to not cut the tree. But the father, he was telling that this tree, if we cut the tree, this tree will be useful for us to build a house and the place will be useful for us to grow some other vegetables. The daughter, she is telling that this is the tree which has given you far more happy memories. When you were young, you were playing with a tree, and when you were young, you were playing near the tree. How can you cut the tree? The farmer's daughter, she is telling that if you cut down the apple tree, where the small animals will go and where they will live and where we will play. So all of a sudden, the farmer is noticing a small apple. It was hanging off on one of the branch. So it was looking so delicious and he is plucking the apple and he bit into the juicy fruit, and all his fun memories and all his childhood was rushing back, and he was realizing how he was enjoying near the apple tree and how it was when he was young. So immediately he put down the axe. He is throwing the axe away and he is telling that this is the tree who has given place for many animals to stay, and it has given me more fruits, and how much fun moments it has given. So how can I cut down the tree? So he is promising the girl, he is promising his daughter that he will never cut down this apple tree, and this tree will be the place for the children to play, and the same memories which he got in his childhood, the same memories will be given to the daughter also. So he wants the same happiness and enjoyment which he got in his childhood to be given to his daughter also. So he is promising that he will never cut down the apple tree. So children, we have completed the full supplementary now. So this supplementary, it is full and full based on a apple tree and the farmer. So how he is taking care of the apple tree, no? But when he is growing old and when the tree also grown old, he is thinking that the tree is not useful. So he is cutting down. Whether you will do that, children? No, you should not. So if a tree or if someone is helping you when you are young, when you are growing up, you should not forget them. The things which they have done, you should keep in your mind. Always you have to think about the good things which people are doing to you. Is it correct, children? Yes, I think you will be keeping everything in your mind and you will be doing the best and you will be the best children in this world. Correct? Yes. So, children, grow trees, grow many plants in your house. Don't cut any trees. Be happy always and take care of your health and your studies also. Okay, children? Bye. Thank you all and take care.